Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Dr. Sam Bunting, cosmetic dermatologist, and helping you get closer to your best skin day ever. Now, have you ever experienced skincare pilling? Now, what I mean by pilling is when you apply a layer and it rolls off in pesky little balls. I think it's most commonly experienced with products like sunscreen and makeup. So basically, the further into your routine you go, the more likely, if it's going to happen, that it will happen. Now, I hear this a lot from patients, and to be truthful, it's not something that's that easy to predict. There are people who are perfectly fine with the routine, and then there are those, and they're rare, who will find that the layers simply don't meld together. Now, one of the common reasons that's often cited for product pilling is that you haven't exfoliated enough. And I have to say that in practice, I don't find that to be a common finding, particularly in my patient group who are all diligently using chemical exfoliants. So I thought I'd run you through the 3 commonest mistakes I see people making when it comes to product pilling and give you some easy fixes. So mistake number 1, you're choosing the wrong products for your skin type. Now, when I say wrong products, I mean products that contain ingredients which have a higher likelihood of pilling than others. Now, perhaps the commonest group of ingredients that leads to pilling are the silicones. Now, it does not happen with everyone, it really doesn't. And silicones are generally very useful in making a product feel elegant, glide nicely, and it's really good as an ingredient group of trapping water in the skin to reduce transepidermal water loss. However, if your skin is susceptible to pilling and you use a lot of product containing silicones, and perhaps you're layering more than one with silicones in it, you might well find that the product rolls. Other ingredients that might cause trouble are talc, mica, iron oxide. So things that you might often find in sunscreens can often be culprits too. And certainly practically, as I said, sunscreen can be the product that causes the most bother. Now, of course, I want you all to be diligently using your SPF every single day, no matter what. So it is a product where you will find that a bit of trial and error may be necessary. Because we want to apply sunscreen in the correct quantity, it's going to be rare that it's possible to kind of cut back and use less product to minimize the risk of this. So I think it's important that you look for those ingredients if sunscreen is pilling for you. So mistake number 2 is that old killer in the morning, time. So not leaving enough time between your layers to dry down and assimilate into your skin properly. So I've told you this before in different videos, layering correctly, etc. But basically you must set yourself up to win in the morning. So if you're going to do an antioxidant serum and maybe something like azelaic acid on the top with moisturizer, SPF and base, that's 5 layers. You must stagger your application. So plan to make a cup of tea between layers 2 and 3, send an email between layers 4 and 5 in order to maximize the probability of everything working nicely together. I mean, I know for a fact that when we've been formulating the products for my range, we've taken extra care to try to make sure the risk of this is minimal, because morning time, you start to pill, it's just game over. It kind of ruins your day. So plenty of time between layers, and do be conscious of products that do contain those high-risk ingredients that you're not over-applying, because of course, if you apply more than your skin will absorb, there will be excess sitting there. And then if you apply another product on top, perhaps with silicones in, for instance, you might just find that the rolling thing happens and you can't get a handle on it. Mistake number 3, not applying product correctly. And this is probably most pertinent to your outermost layer, your foundation. But certainly if things aren't building up nicely, it will be when you tend to apply your foundation or your tinted moisturizer that the wheels fall off and things really start to go wrong. So I think it's important that you apply makeup in particular carefully. Now, I tend to recommend extensive uses of beauty blenders for this reason, because you're pushing product into the skin rather than a rotary action that you would get from using fingers. So there's less drag, there's less friction. And the same is true of skipping brushes at this stage as well. I'd also highly recommend using the 13 dot technique to ensure that you distribute product as far and wide as possible before you start to distribute the product in a thinner layer. It just, again, reduces the amount of drag that your skin is exposed to. And I would recommend that for skincare layers as well as your tinted moisturizer or foundation. So be careful, minimize friction, not too much rubbing. And again, I think you'll find that that really helps. It certainly helps me. So those are the practical tips I find helpful to me and to my patients. I hope they help you too. If you like this content, please hit like, leave your comments down below and share with someone you think might find it helpful. Bye for now.